What's up, guys? It's Nick. Epic Prototype Hawk Review Part 2. I did a review last night of the stringability of the head, and this time around I'm just going to talk about just the general knowledge of the head that I've learned along the way through some review videos and some info that Epic has sent to me. So first and foremost, they put a lot of design and technology into this head. Most of it came from the Dragonfly shafts that they have been developing over the past couple of years. I know you guys know all about them. You know, they had the Gen 4, Gen 5, they gave the Gen 3, the ones that had the white and the black. So they're in the flex shaft market. They took a stab at the head market, and this type of head, like I said, is not going to be your traditional head. It is not offset, although when you do look at it up and down, you do see sort of near the top that it actually comes back, and that's part of the reload technology. So what that actually means, it has to do sort of with the shafts as well, and what it means is when you're actually going outside to pass and shoot, I did a little wall ball testing with it, and what that means is that when you shoot with it, it's actually going to flex and mold around the ball, and it has its way of coming back to shape, so that no matter what flex level you actually choose, it's going to pop right back into formation once you're done. Because as you guys know, if you've ever seen any MLL guys in the summer, when the sticks get really flimsy, you put a ball in there and you take a really hard shot. If you see it in slow-mo, the head actually torques itself. The sidewalls, the whole middle becomes very narrow, and that's how a head gets pinched, essentially, throughout gameplay. But what this does is it's just one of a kind. It's really unique. You have to have one to really know exactly what it can do. So when it comes out and it releases, I don't know exactly if it's going to release in this sort of this form or this actual design per se. I know it's going to look somewhat like it, but when they do release it, I do strongly suggest that you guys do pick one up and try it out for yourself and see what it's all about, or at least demo it, because it's definitely worth it. They put a lot of time into it. So other things that they've done with this head is they've introduced the injection of the composite materials, such as the shaft, how it has some of the carbon fiber, carbon and carbon. They call it carbon injection polymer, which means that they basically put it in almost like kind of like the NOS when they inject the nitrous in there, but they basically put some of that flexible plastic, which makes the head flex, into it, so that when you go and shoot, it comes back. So the whole head, this is just a regular alloy shaft, so you can't get the full perspective of it. I don't have a Dragonfly on me. I don't have a flex shaft on me. So if you had it on a Dragonfly and you were to really rip a high shot at high speed, it might go to the ground. But the whole idea is they wanted it to be a high pocket design with I guess maybe a smooth release. That's the way I strung it. And it's really cool. Like I said, if you match it with a Dragonfly shaft, you're gonna notice that in the slow-mo videos that you see on Epic lacrosse.com, that the load when it bends as you're about to pass, the pressure that you're putting on it, it will actually put a little bit more pressure on the head itself. And then when you're done, after the shots, after you complete the shot, it's not going to slingshot back, but it's going to go right back into formation. I like to call it the slingshot head in a way, because when I was shooting with it, every time I did, it seemed to want to pinch itself into NCAA specs, or even illegal than that. I don't even know if that's a word, but and then just go right back. But no matter what I did, I was bending it side to side, and I was just kind of beaten with it, and it kept its shape, and I love it. This is a flex IQ of 5. That's what they call maybe a mid-flex to this sort of design. So other things you're going to notice on this is that, like I was saying before when I was talking about the stringing video, is that the trestle sidewalls add a little bit of stiffness without sacrificing some weight. Whole bunch of stringing holes for different options, but like I said, there really is only one option with the design of this head, so the high pocket design. I assume if you were to create it a little bit lower, it would change the whole trajectory of the shot and just not make it the way they designed it to. So if you look at it through this angle, you can see that having the pocket up a little bit higher, I know I kind of put my elbow into it on that one, but if you have it up a little bit higher, it hugs right under, they were right, it hugs under that bottom shooter, and when you're ready to go, you don't have to just, you can feed, a quick pass, or you can actually just, let one rip, and, it actually increased some MPH on my shots, in my mind, because I don't really throw high heat. I just throw average passes. I was never really a player, so, but I mean, I really like it. It's something cool, unique, and like I said, it reminds me of the old blade, because the old blade was an offset. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the, in a way, the crankshaft heads on a regular shaft, although that it doesn't, just go dramatically forward and the shaft is dramatically back. But it looks great, and I think they did a lot of design parts well. The two-shot scoop is really cool, pinpointed, really nice for accuracy. Then if you look down the silhouette, the whole geometry of it is just really cool. I like this one because it actually does say a little magic marker prototype. They labeled it a little number, Hawk something, and stringing sample only. So this is going to be just, it could be their final product. They could be doing some changes on it. You might see something different. This might be covered up. You could see an Epoch logo here, or where they did put the Hawk logo in the middle of the head and Live Play Be their insignia of what they believe in. That could be placed differently. But they did talk about the fact that different players in different positions, like defensemen, would be able to use a different type of flex, higher flex, so it would be easier for them to maneuver the head as opposed to an offensive person, with still keeping the same type of pocket in mind. So that's cool. I strung it the same way I usually sort of string other sticks. I just had to use a little bit different of a pattern. It's mostly, instead of doing my 4 knots down, I just used actually I used 3, stacked up 4 SIs, and then did 4 skipping SIs and just tied it off. So that's pretty much it. So if you have the chance when it releases in a couple months, I would order one and see what it's all about. They come with a 1-year, I believe, a 1-year warranty, on the heads and the shafts. So you can't really beat that. So try it out. The only last thing I was going to talk about is the top. A lot of people really didn't know what these little grooves were for, but they're for the ground balls. So when you pick up a ground ball, it's supposed to put into the pocket a little bit easier, kind of like flip it right in, so you don't have to, give like a complete one of these. You just kind of like that, kind of flips in, but it worked out a little bit for me. So, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. The video is going to end soon, so hopefully you